There are plenty of politicians out there, in the United States and in the United Kingdom. They always say the good word, they do. But do they act on it? Do they actually demonstrate it? Do they actually end up voting for something that goes against their so-called good words? Now, one of them politicians is actually a governor, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, or as Donald Trump, that evil feckin' bastard, would call him Gavin Newscum. Maybe he's got a point. After all, Gavin Newscum seems quite happy to invite right-wing commentators and politicians onto his podcast. Now, sometimes you do need to chew on the stuff you disagree with. I get that, but don't give him a feckin' platform. Now, Gavin Newsom has just made an announcement that he might withdraw funds from the federal government. Since the federal government, hence Donald Trump, that tangerine fucktard, has said that he's going to withdraw federal funds from California. Well, that's like the leopard eating his own feckin' face. They are the 5th largest economy as California. It's massive. They are effectively the cash cow of the United States. They're the ones feeding all the feckin' little red states who are killing each other. They're probably also working for ICE, gathering up kids and the parents of kids at schools and nabbing people in the courts before they even get a chance to talk about their actual immigration status. You're guilty before proven innocent. We don't even get a chance to prove your innocence. Not in the United States anymore. It is a fascist country. It just is. Not enough people have stood up quick enough. This was going to be such... Well, we knew what was going to happen. Donald Trump told you. Pardon fast. He said you won't have to vote again, he said. He said it. Elon Musk is kicking off, even though he also supported Donald Trump to turn a 270-odd million quid and destroy the youth agencies in the United States and healthcare. It's about to disappear. It's just mind-boggling how bad it's got and how quick. Now, you know, he took advice from Steve Bannon, who said you must flood the zone. Exactly what Donald Trump and his lackeys have done. They've flooded the zone. Any one thing that has been going on recently would be enough to disqualify them as, well, for Donald Trump being the President of the United States. President feckin' dum-dum that he is. And what the bloody hell? What the feck were you thinking, voting for a man like that? You know what he's like. Feckin' paedophile. I'm not going to mince my words. If you don't like it, feck him. There's enough evidence out there that suggests that he has a very keen interest on 14-year-old girls in pageants. There's even videos. And how Elon Musk has turned on him. And said, the reason why Donald Trump is not going to publish the Epstein files is because he's in them. Foregone conclusions, we know he's in them. And there's people out there still saying, how did he know? There's enough evidence out there with Donald Trump, with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. There's enough evidence there. So it's just because of who he is and the money he's got, and people are scared of him. Take you to court. Well, he doesn't care if he wins or not. He just knows it destroys them. Because he's a vindictive little bastard. That's who Donald Trump is. Who happens to be covered in Cheeto dust. Now, Gavin Newsom, who quite, dear me, has made a statement saying that he's going to defund the United States after Donald Trump has said that he's going to defund California. There you go.
We provide over $80 billion more in tax revenue to the federal government than the federal government provides to the people of the state of California. We help pay federal bills. So if Donald Trump's going to continue to threaten 40 million Americans that live in California, maybe we should consider withholding those.
Not consider it, just fake them or do
Donald
it.
Trump is threatening to defund California.
Huh? Do it. The threats have to be real. You keep talking about it and never do it. No one believes you. That's why people are scared of Donald Trump, because he actually acts on his threats. If people don't act on this, what's going on at the moment, like in Los Angeles, the LAPD is joining now with ICE. They've all been acting on the demonstrators, the protesters. Now they've all been called an illegal assembly. Illegal assembly. Just to give them an excuse to, beat them up, basically. And throw bloody, flares and shit at them. They're literally on the precipice of a civil war in the United States. Once that happens, it's game over. These protests, okay, they demonstrate and how people are feeling, but we need more of a clandestine response. We need those who are working for ICE, those who are grabbing the kids and chucking them in cages. We need their faces and where they will live and where their kids go to school, etc., etc. We need to know that. And that's what we should be acting on. The worm needs to turn, put the fear of God into those who are trying to put the fear of God into you. Destroy their vehicles in clandestine. It's no good doing it in their face. It's no good getting yourself arrested because you can't do it again. Stealth. If they haven't got the vehicles, they can't do their job. Plain and simple. Immobilise their fucking vehicles. Bananas up the exhaust. Polyurethane expanding foam. Salt in their... Not salt, it's sugar. Sugar in their fuel tanks. Etc, etc. I'm not saying you should do this really, okay? I'm just... Of your own... Yeah. Just an idea. Something has to happen. There goes my compressor. But something has to happen. Because at the moment it's happening to you. And it just reminds me of that, I can't remember, it was a pastor or someone who said this. Well, first they came for the blacks and nobody spoke out for them, and then they came for the Jews and nobody spoke out for them, or something, or the Irish or something. Nobody spoke out for them. You know, so I didn't speak out for them. And then it was something like, and then they came for me, and then there was nobody left to speak out for me. You know, that's exactly where we're at in the United States. And it's happening so fast. Before you know it, it will be too late. And you will be literally under the thumb. But you will. So you need to do something now. And not just talk. Blah, 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 blah. Think about it, act on it. And do it clandestine. If you're going to do protests, do it. But you need it needs to be backed up by something that is actually more physical. I'm not saying getting fights and stuff like that, but something more physical. Clandestine. It's how, for instance, we got animal rights in the UK, and then that part went over onto the EU, and now the UK is trying to get rid of them. We got animal rights anyway. in the UK is because of Huntington Life Sciences clandestinely. They were being invaded and God knows what else, and destroyed and set alight to the buildings and the vehicles, you name it. The protesters were doing it. Eventually we got animal rights in the sense of getting rid of the animal testing for non-critical things like, cosmetics. Your lipstick, for instance. Clandestine. Toodaloo.